This video will cover the use and purpose of the DS-648, Earth or Stone Products Real and Personal Property Declaration Schedule, that is widely referred to as the Earth or Stone Declaration Schedule. The primary products in this category are sand and gravel, and to a lesser extent, road base that is sometimes referred to as borrow. For a complete listing of earth and stone products, you can refer to the Assessor's Reference Library, Volume 3, Chapter 6, which can be found on the Division of Property Taxation's website in the Publications tab. In accordance with Section 39.3.119.5 Colorado Revised Statutes, as of January 1st, 2019, you are not required to complete the personal property portion of this schedule if the total actual value of your personal property per county is $7,700 or less. The personal property portion is represented by letters G through I. This exemption amount is adjusted every other year, so check with your county assessor to determine the current exemption level. You should also contact the county assessor if you are unsure whether the total actual value of your personal property exceeds the exemption amount. If you are in doubt, we recommend that you go ahead and file the appropriate personal property schedule because there are penalties associated with not filing. The real property portion of this schedule is represented by letters C through E. If no production occurred in the permitted acres during the preceding calendar year, you should simply report no production on the schedule. The land will then be valued as any other land based on its current use. This schedule requests information on both the real and personal property associated with earth and stone operations. All owners of earth and stone products operations should complete this schedule. Each year, assessors in Colorado must revalue all earth and stone products, real and personal property located within their county, considering data provided by property owners on declaration schedules and accompanying attachments. Certain personal property is exempted from Colorado property taxes. For detailed information, please see the Assessor's Reference Library, Volume 5, Chapters 1 and 2, which can be found on the Division of Property Taxation's website in the Publications tab. As soon after the January 1st assessment date as possible, each county assessor furnishes a declaration schedule to the owners of earth and stone property who are in the assessor's database. Property owners that have not received a declaration schedule by early February are advised to contact the county assessor to request the current version of the declaration schedule. The declaration schedule is a primary source of property discovery, classification, and valuation information for an assessor. One of the primary responsibilities of earth and stone property owners is to complete this declaration schedule and to file it with the county assessor no later than April 15th every year. Filing this declaration schedule helps the assessor to accurately record and update the names of the businesses and owners of taxable earth and stone property in the county database. Declaration schedules and any attachments are confidential documents, subject to limited exceptions identified in Section 39.5.120 Colorado Revised Statutes. Earth and stone property owners are to submit a complete itemized list of all personal property owned by them, in their possession, or under their control on January 1st each year, as well as earth and stone production information during the prior year, as required by Section 39.5.108 Colorado Revised Statutes. To avoid a penalty, the owner should file this declaration or an extension request with the county assessor by no later than the April 15th deadline. This requires that the schedule be hand-delivered to the assessor's office or postmarked on or before April 15th. Owners may extend the filing deadline if, by April 15th, the assessor receives their written request and $20 for a 10-day extension or $40 for a 20-day extension. This extension applies to all earth and stone property schedules an owner is required to file in the county. So if an owner has multiple accounts, they need to file only one extension request that covers all of their accounts. If a declaration is filed late, an owner may incur a late filing penalty of $50 or 15% of the taxes due, whichever is less, and a valuation based upon the best information available. Additionally, if the property is determined to be omitted property, that is, it was never reported to the assessor, the owner could incur a penalty of up to 25% of its assessed value. After the declaration schedule is filed, the assessor may request additional information and may conduct an on-site inspection. The assessor then estimates the value of both your real and personal property and mails a notice of valuation no later than June 15th to the address listed on the declaration schedule. There will be no separate valuation of any possessory interest in public lands or any leasehold interest in other lands. We will now take you through the DS-648, Earth or Stone Products Real and Personal Property Declaration Schedule, line by line. This is a paraphrasing of the DS-648, Earth or Stone Products Real and Personal Property Declaration Schedule instructions, which are available with the declaration schedule and will serve as a good reference while familiarizing yourself with the DS-648. Letter A requests the name and mailing address of the current property owner, as well as the physical location or legal description as of the January 1st assessment date. Existing accounts may have a declaration schedule sent to them by the assessor with the pre-printed owner name, mailing address, physical location, and legal description information. If the pre-printed information is correct, you may simply move on. If not, write any corrections in the appropriate spaces provided. If on January 1st you do not own the business, you are not liable for the property taxes. In that case, you are asked to identify the new owner and the date of sale. This allows the assessor to ensure that their records are corrected and that the current owner receives a declaration schedule. Letter B requests the date the business began operation at this location and the type of product provided, and whether this is a new business or if you are a new owner. In addition, there is a box that must be checked if this is your first return. If this box is checked, you must furnish a complete itemized listing of your personal property. Providing this information allows for verification or correction of assessor records, and it helps the assessor correctly classify and value the type of personal property that is being declared. Letter C requires the owner to provide a description and the volume of the product extracted, and the retail sale price per unit of any earth or stone product extracted during the preceding calendar year. If the earth or stone operation is on leased land, you are asked to include the royalty rate paid. Use separate lines for each product being declared and provide attachments where necessary. Letter D asks for the lease and permit information. You are asked to provide basic lease information, including the name of the lessor, the Colorado Division of Reclamation, Mining, and Safety's permit number, the start date of the lease, the length of the lease, and information on any options. Letter E requests that the owner provide the following land information: the number of acres under the Colorado Division of Reclamation, Mining, and Safety's permit, the number of acres affected by the mining operation as of January 1st, and an estimated life of the deposit in years. The affected acres are sometimes referred to as the disturbed acres. This represents the area actually impacted by the extraction operation. Improvements to the land are taxable separately from the earth and stone real and personal property. Letter F requires owners to identify new improvements added to the property during the past year. This includes a description and location of all buildings and other improvements. The schedule asks for the construction or installation date, the original installed cost, and the cost of any additions after the original. The owner may attach separate sheets if necessary. Letter G asks for an itemized listing of natural resources, personal property, mobile equipment, and leasehold improvements. For the most accurate property valuation, it is recommended that a complete itemized asset listing be attached to each declaration schedule. Check the appropriate boxes and complete this area to indicate no additions or no deletions as applicable. Use the spaces provided to identify more detailed information and any minor additions and deletions, or simply provide additional sheets or attachments as necessary. Letter H requires that owners file IRS Form 4562 or 4562A, provide a copy of their completed form with an itemized listing of all personal property, including the description and cost of each item. Note that all personal property that is expensed should be included in your listing. In addition, owners should attach a copy of the latest detailed depreciation schedule. Letter I asks for an itemized listing of leased, loaned, or rented property. Those that did not have any of the listed personal property on January 1st should simply check the No box and move on to letter J. For the most accurate property valuation, it is recommended that the owners with personal property complete and provide an itemized asset listing that should be attached to each declaration schedule. Check the appropriate boxes and complete this area as applicable. Use the spaces provided to identify more detailed information and any minor additions and deletions, or simply provide additional sheets as necessary. The assessor uses the information in this area to prevent potential double assessment and omitted personal property issues while gathering useful valuation data. Letter J establishes an affidavit that the party preparing the declaration schedule has reviewed all of the responses and asserts that those responses are accurate to the best of their knowledge. It also includes a checkbox reminding new agents to submit a letter of authorization. In addition, this area closes with a bolded reminder for the owner or authorized agent to complete, sign, and return the declaration to the assessor on or before the April 15th filing deadline. The Letter J area needs to be completed and signed by the owner or authorized agent. The requested contact information sought in this area will allow the assessor to contact the party with any questions they may have. The property owner's federal employer identification number or social security number, as well as the phone number, fax number, and email information provided here are confidential and will not be shared by the assessor with any other party. Thank you for watching. We hope this video helps explain the process of completing the DS-648, Earth or Stone Products Real and Personal Property Declaration Schedule. If you have additional questions, we suggest you call your local county assessor or contact the Colorado Division of Property Taxation at 303-864-7777.